Once upon a time, I was watching a movie and I wondered about it. When I was watching it, I could understand properly whatever they were saying, I could understand it. Even I could read the subtitles and even I could listen properly what they are speaking about. But the real problem was that I could not speak. Even also, I felt with my practices also. There was a time when I could read properly the long text, even the books and pages, and I could write for the 2 3 pages. I could listen for the hours to people talking to each other, even movies. Even in that time, I could even understand the Hollywood movies. But later on, I realized that I can read, I can write, I can listen, I can completely understand this language where the two peoples are talking to each other, or either it is a movie or either it is a podcast. But I was also able to understand, and my brain was thinking all the time into the English, English, English. I wondered about it when it came to speaking. I couldn't speak and I felt like what is a mistake that I'm doing. I can read, write, listen, understand, and even all the time my brain is thinking into this particular language. But still, I'm not able to communicate with the people. Still, I'm not able to be making that communication, making this is the part of my lifestyle, and I can't speak it. I thought that what is the problem and what's the wrong with me? Why am not be able to learn this? Well, was not only my problem, this is the problem of the many people who learn it. And why it is so, this is not only my problem, but it's everybody once in a time. While during this journey they come across to such a point where they feel like the same. So while I was on that point, so what I did and what you can do in this scenario, let me tell you. First of all, what happened, why this even happened, and why we are not able to communicate or talk to the people in this language. Or have you ever wondered about it, that when you are sitting alone, you're sitting all alone in a place or even in your room, you talk to yourself for hours and hours, or you talk to yourself for hours and hours, and you notice that I can speak it and I can talk very well. And when I am speaking in front of mirror as well, I am speaking so well. But when it comes to speaking with the peoples, why I am not be able to communicate? Why I am not be able to speak with them? What's the wrong with my English? What's the wrong with my practices? Well, there is not wrong with your practices. There is nothing wrong with your practices, and there is nothing wrong with you. This is the something which is your society has created a kind of, this language is being spoken globally. First reason is that is not our native language, which nobody speaks. We speak in our own native languages we have, according to every state in our country having, according to every state our country having different kind of the languages, so we speak accordingly. So first, it is not our language, and the second, there this language attached with it standards. Yes, you hear me right. Here we speak. In our society, this is created that here we speak in this language. The people who speak this language very well, that person is going to be considered as an intelligent, talented, and wise one. Even if that person having not much knowledge about other areas, that person speaks only this language, this person will be treated like a somebody who is so talented, so intelligent, and so wise. And that is the kind of this, there's the kind of the standards are attached with this language. And when somebody try to speak this language, so obviously on first place we speak it, so we are tend to make mistake, we are tend to speak wrong, we tend to create the wrong sentences. And when we are on early stage of speaking, then we try to speak. So people expect us to either you speak it perfectly or either you don't speak it. When you open your mouth, you speak. So you are going to make mistake. You are going to mispronounce the word. You are going to be miscorrecting the sentences. When you speak, that obviously happens. That's the normal. But they create this language like something which is standard, and they decide your standard on the basis of this language, so they don't accept it. They completely deny you. They just mock at you, they just laugh at you, they say or they think like this, that if you can't speak, why you are trying to even speak it? Either you speak it perfectly or either you don't speak. But it can't be possible when you try to learn some other language or you speak completely perfectly. And even the native speakers are making mistake who are speaking this language since their childhood. Like in US, like in Britain, there are the peoples. They make mistake because they speak so faster we don't realize it. But they do this. So every time we speak, our surrounding, our environment is not supportive to us. That is not cooperative with us. The peoples do not support us, do not help us to speak, do not come to speak with us, to practice with us. But whenever we try to create our environment at our own, even then they have problem. Even then they come to stop. They don't directly come and stop us. They try to mock at us, to break your belief, to break your confidence, and just making you feel like you can't do it. So this is how your environment impacts you a lot. People comes to pull your legs back instead of supporting. Okay, that is completely obvious. This is not our language. We can't speak it. They speak their language. They don't know. They not learning it. We are learning it. So we can't impose this language on them. We can't force them to speak with us with this language. We can find the peoples like us. Okay, we can find the different peoples on the different application. We can find the people like us, the same minded, same goal oriented on the different applications now. But we are not looking for them to be practicing with us and to helping us and to speak with us. But when we try to create our own environment just by our own, even then they are just mocking at us. They are just laughing at us. They are just breaking our confidence. They are just expect us to be speaking perfect or otherwise you don't speak. But you tell me that is it possible that somebody is having somebody who has born up and brought up and raised entirely in his hometown where he speaks completely his own mother tongue when everybody speaks around him or her, and all of a sudden he he's switching his environment to different language, and he is going to speak perfectly and perfectly on first place. Is it can possible? Well, I don't think so. If you think so, if you can do so, maybe your IQ is so fast and you are so perfect person. But I don't think that anybody have like this. Everybody making mistake. All of a sudden you switch your environment, you learn a lot about it, and by the learning from mistake you only grow. You just only level up yourself. You can't level up staying on the same place and doing nothing. Oh, that is the reason that people prefer to talking with the peoples, finding the same minded peoples online instead of their surrounding. First reason is that they don't find the peoples, and the second reason is that they are not supportive and they are just, you will find the many peoples around you. There is a lot of people will be in your surrounding who do not have even the courage to think about to be start learning this language. They have all set it in their brain that they can't learn it. This is something the some talented people can learn this language, we cannot. And they do not even have courage to start and even do not have courage to thought about to learn this language. And when we people try to do it, I feel those people are very courageous who despite difficult conditions, who do their best and who tries their best. Because you are not fighting here for language, you are not fighting here for one skill to be developed. You are fighting here the kind of the stereotype which the society has created. The stereotype where the peoples consider, the society consider it's some talented people can learn it, some rich people can learn it, it's not our cup of tea. So while you are getting against of that, so you are so courageous and really proud of you, that each and every learner who is doing that. And you will find many people's stories like this who belongs to different part of the countries, and those are facing those struggles. They do not have anyone, and that they create their own environment, they talk to themselves. And I really have a huge respect for each one of you who are trying work hard each and every day, where these people are talking to themselves, not because they don't have an environment, not because they don't have people. That can be one reason, that can be primary reason, but the main reason is that these peoples, the surrounding, when they even try to speak with themselves, they call them mad, they call them they call them mad or crazy. So that's how the people's finding the learners, the co-learners, where they are finding the where they prefer to talking to the peoples like strangers, prefer to talk to the peoples like strangers who don't judge them for being their journey so long, for being not perfect, for mispronouncing some words, for making many errors and grammatical errors and mistakes, while hesitating while communicating. They don't judge it. That's why, that's how their confidence enhance, that's how their hesitation remove, and they speak well. So that is the reason that we are not able to speak, because of the our surrounding. So first of all, please don't pay attention to such peoples, and pay attention to your journey only, because in the end, where did you started and how far you have reached, that only matters, not the society, not the peoples. Because peoples will keep on doing this, they don't understand it. If they are not understanding for that, for them, for the sake of not understanding you, for those peoples, don't stop your journey. If you don't find support, if you don't find environment, create your own. You can find the peoples, you can watch the peoples online, you can talk to the peoples, you can read, you can listen, you can do a lot. Just create your own environment and just immerse yourself entirely with this language, and that is the only way to be going to be fluent and learning this language. So this is all about for this video. I hope you liked it, or if you liked it, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. And thank you so much for watching. And what are the issues that you face? Let me know into the comment box, and I would really love to be reading your comments and your feedbacks too. Thank you so much for watching.